Good morning guys, welcome to Saturday's free racing tips video. Hope that you're all doing well this morning and looking forward to the weekend ahead and a really busy day of racing today. With Cheltenham Festival now, just 2 and a bit weeks away, it's of course not the most vintage Saturday you're going to see, and probably a few of these horses you might just see at the Cheltenham Festival, but this is probably the last time you're going to get a chance to see many of them. But it's busy and there's some really good there is some good action ahead, and of course there another run for Sire de Grugy in handicap company as his prep for the Cheltenham Champion Chase. But yeah, decent enough racing, I'd say, without being anything that you might remember for too long. But let's hope it's a day we remember for taking the bookies to the cleaners rather than the sheer quality of the racing. So in all truth, it's not been our week, to be honest. It's not been the best of weeks here in terms of the tipping side, but they happen. And of course, as many of you know, it is a long-term game, and over the long term we will make some really good profit. But yeah, a bit of a frustrating week, so that's a good reason to have a really big weekend, I think, and I'm feeling good about it. I think the Little Earners have been doing really well on Saturdays recently, so hopefully we can continue that today as well, and also get that premium tip up. And don't forget, you've got your free Lucky 15 today as well. So racing today, we go from Fairyhouse, Lingfield, Kempton, Newcastle and Chepstow. Loads to get through, so let's get straight to it. First off, we're going to look at today's premium tip, which goes in the 3:30 at Newcastle, and our tip here is Derrintoga Bliss. That's Derrintoga Bliss was at 3-1 when tipped up to gold members last night, currently a 5-2 shot. Now this horse won really well at Tunstall a couple of starts ago in a conditions race where Tom Bellamy wasn't able to claim his extra weight. Was then fourth in a competitive clash at Sandown off 125 and goes off that mark today, which I think the course is more than capable of winning off, and also has Tom Bellamy's really valuable £5 claim. I think he's an excellent claiming jockey, and his £5 is really significant. Been carrying 11 stone 12 with the last couple of runs and only has 10 stone 7 on the horse on his back today. Also looks to be a really progressive horse and has plenty of form for the Kim Bailey team, which has had 3 winners from his last 5 runs and is in red hot form. So I think this horse is going to love the course, the distance, the track is progressive, good claiming jockey on board, just has a trainer in red hot form as well, and just has a lot of things going for it. And I think that 3-1 last time was always too big. I still think 5-2 is a little bit too big, and I would expect this horse to be quite well backed. So that's the 3:30 at Newcastle, your premium tip, Derrintoga Bliss. The Little Earner, that goes in the 4:45 at Chepstow, and our tip here is Lamb's Cross, and this is currently around about the 12-1 mark from 14-1 last night. And it was actually on our Little Earner by God's Sovereign last weekend. We saw the talent of young Michael Hurd when winning a competitive handicap for us, and I think he can do it again with the Little Earner on this Saturday afternoon. His £7 look to be really good value right now. There's very little weight on this horse's back, who should be good enough to compete off this mark of 82. Soft ground also looks to be better than heavy conditions. I think, you might not think there's too much difference, but there really can be. It could be, in soft ground you can have a horse who enjoys it, and then they just don't enjoy a real slog on heavy. And I think that's the case for this horse. And I think 14-1 was really generous last night, and 12-1 still a little bit generous. And good to see the market speaking quite positively for this horse. So the Little Earner is Lamb's Cross in the 4:45 at Chepstow at 12-1 from 14s. Now, as it's Saturday morning, that of course means that your Lucky 15 is free for all to see. It's once a week we give you this Lucky 15 completely free of charge, and it's had some really good days on Saturday. It hasn't had the best the last couple of weeks, so hopefully we can really get some winners today. First of all, I'll say that the Little Earner and the premium tip are both in there. So Derrintoga Bliss 3:20 at Newcastle at 5-2. Lamb's Cross in the 4:45 at Chepstow at 12-1. We also have Rouge en Blanc, which goes in the 4:40 at Newcastle, and this horse is currently around about the 7-2 mark. And there's also Sky Khan in the 2:20 at Newcastle at 7-1. So Derrintoga Bliss 3:30 at Newcastle, Lamb's Cross the 4:45 at Chepstow, Rouge en Blanc in the 4:40 at Newcastle, Sky Khan the 2:20 at Newcastle,
and potential returns from £1 stake. So a £15 bet for this lucky 15 is massive, to be honest. It's £3,117, and hopefully we can just get a couple of winners from that, which will see profit. And then if you start to get 3 winners, you're looking at probably a big 3 figures, and maybe even touching 4. And then of course if we win, then I think we'll be popping the champagne tonight. But yeah, I think we're due a really big day, so hopefully we can have that today. Final question for you, Side Agruzi at Chepstow today in that handicap. Let me know if you think he's a lay at the price or whether you're getting stuck in, and is he a play at the price. But thank you for watching today's video. As always, there's been plenty to go through, but yeah, thank you for watching. Speak to you all a little later, and bye bye.